Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Zay back at it with another episode of OHG. And this episode is going to be a little different. I know it's been a while since I posted, but I wanted to kind of hit you guys with a different video today. And we're going to be talking about how to take charge of your life. And this is more oriented towards, the teenagers, the ones in their early 20s. And I'm just trying to give some insight and advice from what I've experienced so far, being in my early 20s, and I just hope that this information can help you guys out. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, man, watch it all the way through. I got 5 tips for you guys, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Number one, I would just say know what you really want out of life, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that over time, of course, maybe you have a certain career you want to get into, you have a certain goal, and of course that's going to change over time as you grow and you mature and you meet new people and you move to different cities and stuff like that. But if you know what you want from the beginning and you know that's what you want, do not ever let anybody derail you from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it sounds, I don't know, weird to other people, like if you want to be like a professional gamer, you want to be I don't know, a social media influencer because that seems really popular these days, or maybe you want to be a fashion designer or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, just something that's out of the norm. You want to be an actor, whatever it is, chase that and work super hard at that. And I know that's easier said than done because, of course, life happens and you have to go to work, you have to have a job, you have to pay your bills, and it's hard to pursue these dreams. But I'm telling you guys, if you put the work in and you stay consistent and dedicated to what it is you want to do in life, something will eventually happen. And that goes with anything. If you want a new promotion at your job, if you work hard and you stay consistent, consistency is key. You don't change your work ethic for nothing or for nobody, then something is bound to happen, man. Good shit happens to good people. So, and that really goes into number 2 on what I'm going to say. My next step of advice is just don't ever change your work ethic. Let's just talk about, like, in the workplace, for instance. Maybe you have a little part-time job at McDonald's or Subway or wherever, retail store. If you're a hard worker, just in general, a hard worker in life, and you consistently work hard throughout every day, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody has their lazy days, but if you're just a hard worker overall, but you see somebody who doesn't pull their weight all the time, or somebody who just, you know what I'm saying, they're just there. I would say don't start thinking like, man, like, we're getting paid the same amount and I'm working hard every day. This person never works hard, so maybe I shouldn't work as hard. Don't do that. Do not change your work ethic. Do not change how you are as a person because somebody else is a certain type of way. You feel me? Always stay true to yourself. Always stay true to your work ethic, because the moment you start diving into that mentality, you yourself will start to change. The way you are as a person will start to change, and that's not cool because you're basically letting somebody else influence you. You know what I'm saying? Because you get frustrated. And I understand that. Believe me, I understand that all too well. But I'm just saying, don't change your work ethic because of other people. Don't change that work ethic. And if you don't change it and you stay consistent like that throughout life, it's just going to bring so many opportunities to you in life. It's just going to help you overall. You'll feel better about yourself as a person because you know that every day you're the same you're real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't change up on your own self. And I think that's really important because at certain times in my life, I have let that happen to where I just feel like, I don't know, like, some people aren't on the same shit that you are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different goals, and that's what's important too. Just realize that, okay? Another thing I would say, this is for teenagers really, and like those people in their early 20s. It's important to get yourself a vehicle, right? It's important to get that shit on your own. And I would say do not try to focus on getting something that's super lavish, super expensive, like a 2021 Charger or Challenger. You know what I'm saying? Like, just focus on getting yourself something that can get you from point A to point B. You don't have to be fancy. You don't have to try to impress people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do that, it's gonna save you so much money. And especially if you can get that on your own, you're gonna feel so good about yourself. I've known people that have had everything handed to them, especially vehicles, since they were young. But if you can get that on your own, man, it's gonna feel amazing. You're gonna feel accomplished. And if you're able to pay for it in cash or just pay it off outright, something like a couple $1,000s, then you're never gonna have to worry about payments on it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some maintenance, but if you pick a right vehicle, you can pay a lot less money than what you would have been leasing a car, paying month after month. Then too, with those vehicles, you're gonna have to pay for full coverage insurance, which is another expense that's gonna be put on you monthly, you know what I'm saying, versus just having to pay for liability, which is a lot cheaper. So that's another thing I would say. Just don't try to go all fancy out, man. Just focus on what's gonna get you from point A to point B. That's all that matters. Next, I would say while you're in your 20s and just in your early teens too, you need to set up a Roth IRA. You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. Whether you don't work at a company or a job that provides some kind of retirement account, a Roth IRA is so important to start off early. Basically, this retirement account is a tax advantaged account, right? And what's so cool about the Roth IRA is all the contributions that you make to it, the interest that they gain is tax free, right? Like you're already basically paying taxes on it when you put the money in, right? So unlike your traditional IRA or your employee sponsored 401k, when you reach a certain age, let's say 65 or 59 and a half, when you pull out your retirement fund, you're not only gonna have to pay your taxes on it, which is your long-term capital gains, which I think right now is around 15%. But with this Roth IRA, it's already taxed. So the money you put into it, anything you buy, and it compounds annually. Like let's say you put, I don't know, like a $200, $250, $300 every single month into the S&P 500 ETF, right? This index fund is going to give you a small percentage of ownership across all these different Fortune 500 companies, right? So typically speaking, in the stock market, it is very normal for it to have an 6 to 8% return every single year. So if you continually do this every single year until you're 65 or whatever your goal is for retirement, then you're starting early, man, you're going to be so well off. The only thing is if you pull out your money before you're 59 and a half, you will get a penalty on it. But then again, too, you got to look at it like this is a retirement account, right? Another thing I would say is pretty nice about it is just because, let's say, for instance, shit hits the fan one day, you need some extra money, right? You can actually pull out what you've contributed to your Roth IRA, what you contributed, not including your gains, but what you've contributed tax-free. So you won't have to pay taxes on what you pay, on what you contributed and you're pulling out. But that's just something to think about, guys. Roth IRA is really important. Look into it. I'll make a video all about it, but I just feel like that is super essential to have, especially if you're young, man. Start contributing to that already. You can contribute up to $6,000 every year to it. It is something that you have to have a continuous income from, right? You need to have a job to be able to contribute to this. So open that up, man. I have one through Vanguard. This isn't part of the job I work for. This isn't like part of the company. I have a 401k with the company I work for, but my Roth IRA is something I opened up on my own with Vanguard. It's a really credible, great brokerage, basically company that is credited a lot for retirement accounts and investing in general. But there's other things you can look into. You can look into Fidelity as well. A lot of the popular brokerage apps out there have them, but for Vanguard and Fidelity, I would say that those are the best, well-established companies that you should think about opening an IRA with. So that's number 4. Number 5, I would say, is to be healthy. Be healthy, man. Work out. When you are in high school and when you get out of high school, it's so easy to get out of shape, man. It's so easy to put on weight. It's so easy to just fall into a routine of whatever it is you do, whether you go out and party, whether you drink, whether you have fun with your friends, you eat fast food, whatever. It's so easy, guys, to just be unhealthy. When you're in high school, when you're in sports, you're active, you're always running around, you're doing something, you're typically most of the time you're healthy. But I would say, guys, health is wealth. You need to exercise, man. You need to be active. You don't even have to go to the gym and, be lifting weights or anything. You can just go play basketball, go run, go ride a bike, go swim, go mountain climbing, go do something active. Being physically active will overall improve your whole life. I promise you, guys. You're going to be in a better mood when you're energetic. You're going to be in just a better place mentally. Because what happens is when you get into this routine of once you get out of school and you're in your early 20s and you're just going to work every day and you're going home, it really feels like you're just working to live, really. Like you're going to work to pay the bills. But unless you know what I'm saying, you got hobbies and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, just overall taking care of your well-being, taking care of your body. This is the only body you get. So be respectful about what you put into your body all the time, right? You take care of your body's going to take care of you. I would say that anybody who knows me from my hometown knows that I was always into fitness, always into bodybuilding. But eventually, I can't lie, man, I fell off at some point in time. I did. I'm getting back into it now. And just the benefits overall have been so good. It's one of those things that reminds me of why I fell in love with fitness in the first place. And you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be super deep into it, man. But just take care of yourself, because it's going to improve all aspects of your mood. It's going to improve all aspects of your life. And it's just going to give you a lot more energy. And you're going to feel like you can conquer anything, really. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of more confidence. And, you know, when you challenge yourself physically and mentally, you can take your places far. So that's something I would say. Just, you know, keep these things in mind, man. And that's just, don't ever change your work ethic, man. Take charge of your physical health. Be fit, man. Open up that Roth IRA. Don't go crazy when it comes to getting a car. Just get something that's going to take you from point A to point B, and really know what you want. I mean, like I said again, that number one, that's going to be one of the hardest ones, because you will change what you want to do in life all the time. I'm, you know, a prime example of that. I've done a whole lot of different things, but just really have a plan for yourself. Have a plan for yourself and stick to that. You know, you can do other things along the way, but if you know what you want, man, then you can go and get it if you just grind it out day after day. And like I said, I know that's easier said than done, but you got to give yourself a chance. If there's something that you really want out there in life, then if you work hard enough and you be consistent, you really can get there. You really can get there. I promise you, you can. You just got to have faith in yourself, and you got to take a chance on yourself. That's the biggest thing. I know it's scary to take a chance and just kind of just do it, but that's what you got to do. You just got to just do it sometimes. Like Nike's slogan, for real, like, if whatever you want to do is in a whole different state, a whole different city, move out there. For real. Stack up your money, move out there. If what you want to do requires you to quit that job that you're safe and you're stable with, stack up that money, quit that job, go do it. I'm not saying you should like just quit whatever you're doing right now, but I'm just saying, man, like, we only got one life, and you want to make the most out of this life. You don't get a second one, man. This ain't a game. So just live life to the fullest, and try to follow these, you know, simple steps I'm saying for the teenagers and for the ones in the young 20, because it will really help you out. Once you take charge of your finances, your physical health, and just really know what you want to do, then you have direction in life, and you're going to feel like you have purpose, you know, versus kind of just running in circles all the time, or just going back to the same things. So that's my little 2 cents on it from somebody who's in their early 20s. I'm sure there's people out there with a lot more better advice than that, but I feel like those are good starting points, good starting bases for the teenagers and the ones in the young 20s. So let me guys know what you think, man. If y'all have any other tips, I'm sure there's a lot more I could have said, but I wanted to kind of keep it short. It's something that's been on my mind lately, so it's a little bit different from our traditional talking about crypto and stocks and stuff like that, but I feel like that's important. You know, you gotta kind of sometimes sit down and have a really like internal conversation with yourself, and just kind of check in from time to time, and just know where you're at and know where you're going, you know, and know where you've been too, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, it's your boy Zay. Bring you only a hustle and game. Hope you have a great day, a great night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, guys.